everybody, welcome to Daily Dictation. This video is for low intermediate English speakers. The topic that we're going to be studying is impact of climate change in the Arctic. So for today, you are going to practice your English skills by learning sentences related to this topic, and you're going to practice your listening and your speaking skills. You're going to do this by repeating or writing down 5 sentences that you hear me say. And as you write them down, you are going to be practicing your skills in trying to make sure that your spelling is accurate, your capitalization, and your punctuation is accurate. And you're going to have answers available. So for daily dictation, you get to practice every day from Monday to Friday. New sentences are available each weekday. New topics are available each week. There are 2 English levels offered. There's a vocabulary list and practice worksheets available related to the topic. So for daily dictation, for the instructions, you will need a blank piece of paper and a pencil. You can also use some kind of document on Microsoft Word or something like that to type in. 5 sentences will be read. Each sentence will be read 3 times and 1 more time at the end. You have to write down each sentence. You will use your listening skills. You will try your best to apply the correct spelling, punctuation, and capitalization. So let's go ahead and get started. You will see numbers 1 to 5 on the screen. Each number represents a different sentence that will be read. So we're going to get started, and I'm going to start with sentence number 1. So, number 1. Climate change is causing glaciers to thaw quickly. Climate change is causing glaciers to thaw quickly. Climate change is causing glaciers to thaw quickly. Number 2. The melting ice changes wildlife habitats in polar areas. The melting ice changes wildlife habitats in polar areas. The melting ice changes wildlife habitats in polar areas. Number 3. Rising temperatures make the iceberg melting process go faster. Rising temperatures make the iceberg melting process go faster. Rising temperatures make the iceberg melting process go faster. Number 4. Glacial landscapes are slowly disappearing due to climate change. Glacial landscapes are slowly disappearing due to climate change. Glacial landscapes are slowly disappearing due to climate change. Glacial landscapes are slowly disappearing due to climate change. Number 5. Wildlife populations are impacted by changing temperatures and melting ice. Wildlife populations are impacted by changing temperatures and melting ice. Wildlife populations are impacted by changing temperatures and melting ice. Now I will read each sentence one more time, starting with sentence number 1. Climate change is causing glaciers to thaw quickly. Number 2. The melting ice changes wildlife habitats in polar areas. Number 3. Rising temperatures make the iceberg melting process go faster. Number 4. Glacial landscapes are slowly disappearing due to climate change. Number 5. Wildlife populations are impacted by changing temperatures and melting ice. All right, well done everyone. I'm sure everyone did a really great job with their spelling today. Let's get ready to check our answers. If you found that this video was a little bit too fast and you need to listen again at a slower speed, when you restart the video, just adjust the playback speed to a slower pace in the video settings. Or if you need to listen to a specific sentence again at the same speed, then just check the description for timestamps, and this will tell you when each sentence is being read, so you can go back to that time and listen again. But if you feel like you've gotten everything written down and you feel very good about it, let's check. So here's the first one. Climate change is causing glaciers to thaw quickly. Number 2. The melting ice changes wildlife habitats in polar areas. Number 3. Rising temperatures make the iceberg melting process go faster. Number 4. Glacial landscapes are slowly disappearing due to climate change. Number 5. Wildlife populations are impacted by changing temperatures and melting ice. All right, so how did we do today? Hopefully we're getting used to some of our bolded words. So we're seeing them a few times this week. Some things might be a little bit tricky. Again, we have wildlife, which we talked about before. Wildlife is actually one word because it discusses one thing. So wild and life is one word that we put together. This should be memorized. All right, and so we also have melting coming before the, or coming after the melting ice. So because we have this, melting isn't really a main verb in this kind of structure. Because we have the, it kind of acts like a noun instead. We also have adverbs. So for adverbs, you have to remember a lot of adverbs have ly. This is not true for all of the adverbs, but most of them. And when we have an S on our subject, like in number 4, glacial landscapes with an S, it helps us for grammar know that we need the word are, not the word is, to follow, because it is plural. So are is used as the form of be, used in the present progressive. And that is a verb of be that is used when we have a plural. So keep on practicing, getting used to these patterns in the sentences, getting used to these different word forms and everything like that. Keep studying these words: ice, melt, thaw, iceberg, glacial, habitats, climate change, temperature, wildlife. So keep on practicing and become very comfortable with these words, the different word forms, how they're used in sentences, and so on. These are in topics that might come up in the IELTS writing. So you're going to want to be familiar with it. It might also come up in IELTS listening, for example, as well. So really be familiar with all of the topics that could come up for IELTS, and this is one of them. So it's good to have vocabulary in this area. Besides that, we are all finished for today, so thank you so much for watching. Please check the description for a link to this week's daily dictation worksheet, which will bring you to a list of the words that you just saw. And then it's going to give you the definitions for each word, example sentences for each word. It's going to have a passage with the words inside and some reading comprehension questions to help you practice. It's going to have fill in the blank exercises, a quiz that tests you on your knowledge of the words and how they're used. And it's going to also have an essay question so you can practice writing a short essay on the topic. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!